sees the memes of production, and the like and subscribe button. Did you see the Cuomo tweet? Yeah, I saw. We have, Cuomo has announced his candidacy in the New York City general election as an independent. And it's here we got with 1.4 thousand comments, 364 likes. And down here with Mamdani and the 22,000 likes, a contribute link. All right, let's see the thing. I haven't seen the ad. We see the ratio before the ad. Normally you do it the other way around. What's going on?
Hello, I'm
Hi.
Andrew Cuomo. And unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that the Democratic primary did not go the way I had hoped.
Magnetic charisma. You know, he hasn't done any press conferences or really anything at all with the media since he conceded. Like, I cannot overstate to you how much this man does not want to be doing this run. He does not want to be here. Okay? They brought his, they exhumed his corpse to fight against Mamdani because they knew Mamdani would beat Lander. And he lost. And he wanted to go back into his crypt. And they were like, nope, sorry, motherfucker. You didn't hear no bell. Get the fuck back out there. You gotta beat him. And now here he is again. He is not acting like a man who is campaigning. Unironically critical support to Cuomo splitting the anti-Mamdani vote with Eric Adams. Oh yeah, best case scenario. Eric Adams and Curtis Lewa have both said they're not dropping out. And honestly, I believe both of them. So now you're in this position where like Cuomo and Adams are both incentivized to run because they've been blackmailed into doing it by the deep state and the deep state respectively. Maybe different wings of it, but you know. And then Curtis Lewa is just a crank who wants to be, you know, this is all he does.
To the 440,000 New Yorkers who voted for me, a sincere thank you. Thank you for believing in me, in my agenda, and in my experience.
Won't they have ranked choice? Yeah, but keep in mind that this is ranked choice in a general, not ranked choice in a primary, meaning that people aren't always going to actually, like, fill out the entire ballot. There will be people who are okay with voting for Eric Adams, but not with Cuomo, so they'll just vote in Eric Adams, maybe Sliwa, blank, you know? Oh, general's not ranked choice. Oh, my apologies then. Okay, well, if general was ranked choice, due to the differences ideologically between a general and a primary, it would still be different. But since it's not ranked choice, there you go.
And I am truly sorry that I let you down. But as my grandfather used to say, when you get knocked down, learn the lesson and pick yourself back up and get in the game. And that is what I'm going to do.
That's what he learned after resigning in disgrace after sexually harassing all those women, you know? Remember in the debate when he was asked, like, what's your one big regret? And he was like, well, I think I shouldn't have apologized after sexually harassing those women, you know?
The fight to save our city isn't over. Only 13% of New Yorkers voted in the June primary. The general election is in November, and I am in it to win it. My opponent, Mr. Mamdani, offers slick slogans, but no real solutions. We need a city with lower rent, safer streets, where buying your first home is once again possible, where childcare won't bankrupt you. That's the New York City we know. That's the one that is still possible. You haven't...
Notice how they never actually show him talking to anyone, just background footage, but never actual words. Yeah, because listen, okay, it's very obvious that, like, the deep state came back after getting reamed by Mamdani, and they were like, okay, we need to make you less... Like, up until this point, the only manner by which Cuomo has been getting around town is in a, like, tinted black car that he parks illegally with, and a bunch of security goons follow him around. He doesn't interact with people normally. You know? So they're like, okay, we have to make you look more like a man of the people, all right? I know this is crazy, and you're not familiar with this because of where you live, but in New York City, people typically walk places. So we need you to pretend to walk. We're going to give you a few blocks you're going to walk down, and you need to, like, smile at people, okay? You need to... You know what I'd love? I can't do it because I'm not familiar enough with NYC, and I don't care enough to, like, do it on stream. I'd love to know what blocks he's walking down, because if he was trying this bullshit, him walking down the street with a camera crew in front of him in, like, Manhattan or Brooklyn, he would be getting tomatoes thrown at him. It makes me wonder if he's only doing this in, like, a few specific boroughs where he knows he's most likely to find, like, retired cops and shit.
Given up on it. And you deserve a mayor with the experience and ideas to make it happen again. And the guts to take on anyone who stands in the way. Every day I'm going to be hitting the streets, meeting you where you are, to hear the good and the bad, problems and solutions. because for the next few months, it's my responsibility to earn your vote. So let's do this.
With the general not being ranked choice, are you nervous about the general? No, it not being ranked choice is phenomenal for us. The opposition vote is split between 3 retards. It's fantastic. It's literally best case scenario. I have no idea what's going on over there. I'm sure at some point Obama is going to call Adams, Cuomo, and Sliwa and say, you need to drop out and form centrist Voltron or whatever. But until that happens, even if that does listen, we literally looked over the data, that Substack article with all the data, last time we talked about this, okay? Right now, according to the data that we have, there is no scenario where Mamdani loses. Even if Adams and Sliwa drop out, which won't happen, and everything goes to Adams, he beats Adams. Or sorry, everything goes to Cuomo, he beats Cuomo. If Cuomo and Sliwa drop out and everything goes to Adams, he beats Adams. If Adams and Cuomo drop out, everything goes to Sliwa, he beats Sliwa. So based on the existing data and what people currently prefer, it seems like it's already a done deal. I just want it to be brutal. I don't want him to get in on a 51, you know what I mean? I want him to make Cuomo regret getting out of his grave.
I'll see you out there.
I'm Mamdani. If Cuomo's going to try to do this walking thing, he's not. Cuomo doesn't actually walk around. These were like pre-orchestrated, planned out. They probably like closed the blocks and had actors. My grandmother lives where they filmed this. It's Upper East Side and 90th. Oh yeah, okay. Far away from where the young people are. Yeah, here we go. Yep. Photo from a source. Andrew Cuomo on the Upper East Side, 93rd and 2nd, this morning with top campaign aide Melissa Ederosa. It looks like an ad. He's reportedly staying in the mayoral race. There you go. Upper East Side and 93rd. Yeah, where the average age and the zip code are the same number. I hope Melissa's enjoying her paycheck. Oh, I promise you, it's larger than any you'll ever see. More me. This looks very authentic.
Hello, I'm you 400.
Where's the dog shot? Was there no dog shot? Did they cut that one? Did the dog bite him? He bit the dog. Yeah, it's probably true. Anyway, I like the tweet from Mamdani. Hold on. We got him making man on the street videos with a guy in Carhartt. By next week, he'll be sipping a Denny chai and eating Kaliet al now. Can't steal aura.
So the other day, my comms team was giving me some feedback that I used the word ultimately a little too much, and then I need to take it out of my vocabulary. Then a few days later, I went home, opened up TikTok, and I saw this video. Ultimately, and ultimately, because I'm ultimately, and ultimately, because ultimately, and ultimately, I think, and ultimately, but ultimately. So, you know, I'm listening, I'm learning. I sit down for an interview with News 12, and I almost pull it off.
The president himself, he has called you a communist. He has threatened to arrest you if you enforce ICE raids.
I will not back down from that fight because what New Yorkers want. So please keep sending me your feedback because ultimately I will get better. So the other day,
he's so good, man. Me trying to not use ameliorate in every sentence. I did see this. Yeah, I was surprised to see the Biden Defense Squad Twitter account defending Mamdani against Dean Phillips, you know, because I remember some unhinged posts from this account. I would like to believe that for a lot of the people who were, I think that a lot of young, smart people who got into politics sometime between now and 2016, many of them are democratic socialists, but a lot of them are also people who were radicalized by the leftists' insistence that Hillary Clinton and Trump weren't that different, or that Biden and Trump wouldn't be that different. And on account of that, they get really defensive over like neoliberal posturing. Like they're very insistent on which by the way, they're correct on this, right? Because the point isn't that Hillary Clinton and Trump would be the same, or that Biden and Trump or Kamala and Trump would be the same. The point is that the underlying material conditions would remain unchanged by a Democratic presidency, leaving them open to be further worsened by the Republicans. You need a better Democrat. You need somebody willing to be as aggressive in the opposite direction. And I think that a lot of smart young people are shifting around, maybe because of Mamdani, right? Maybe Bernie Sanders always had side character energy. And I think he does to an extent. Isn't he a little bit like Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? Like he's very wise and powerful, but it feels like he should be the mentor to somebody with the energy to actually get it done. I mean it. I do. This isn't meant to, as a dig, more like Yoda. Okay, whatever you prefer, you know. But like the point being that I think that you need main character energy. Mamdani has it, and Bernie Sanders doesn't have it, and that doesn't make Bernie Sanders a bad person or a bad politician. It just means that I don't think that he's galvanized people. He hasn't like excited people in the same way. Why people don't talk about him as much. Also, Bernie is dog shit at vetting staff. What do you mean? You're telling me Brianna Joy Gray wouldn't have been the best comms director or the best press secretary in American history? Like somebody from the WAPO would ask her, you know, like a question about the administration, and she would call them a Jew. She probably wouldn't do that. That's out of character. I'm more referring to her, let's say, idiosyncratic political takes. A good poll for Zoran, but don't kid yourself, the billionaires will spend effortlessly to defeat him. This is an election of national significance. Either we develop a strong progressive working class movement, or we end up with oligarchy and authoritarianism. Stand with Mamdani. To be fair, Vaush, Bernie single-handedly revived the US left. He just ran out of runway. Yeah, but again, there's a difference between being the inspiring figure and being the one who leads, you know? Unfortunately, Bernie Sanders is and always has been just too old, and he's not mean enough. You know, you need like, you need a lot of aggression if you're going to win, because you can't just rely on people's better instincts, right? Like, better instincts can only be appealed to if there aren't other louder, worse voices directing them away from those instincts, you know? Like, you need to project your ideology so effectively that it overwhelms the billions of dollars in far-right propaganda that get, you know, out across the country every year. You need to overwhelm it. I did see this poll though, or not this poll, I guess, this collection of data. From July 1st to July 6th, Data for Progress conducted a survey of 756 likely voters in New York City. There's a lot of really interesting information here. You can get a look at the across-the-board support right here, favorable net, the bottom left category down here, or the bottom left, why am I blanking on this chart? Box, what's it called? The cell. Thank you. The bottom left cell. And I said bottom right, but it's bottom left. The bottom left cell. New York labor unions plus 45, Working Families Party plus 30. That's pretty interesting. Bernie Sanders plus 29, Letitia James plus 26. That's also surprising to me. Brad Lander plus 24, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez plus 15, Zoran Mamdani plus 9. With Republicans at a incredible minus 81, like more negatively directed against him than AOC is. And with Democrats only at a plus 42. For comparison, Democrats are plus 50 with AOC and plus 59 with Bernie Sanders. So it's really up to the Democrats, you know? Republicans have been fully negatively polarized against Mamdani, which makes sense, you know? What we really need is Democrat unity around him. Because plus 48 is not enough. You know, or sorry, plus 42 is not enough. Plus 42 is literally 60-40. You know that, right? There's more support for the Democratic Party net within the Democrats than there is for Mamdani. It's unacceptable. We need to better consolidate. That being said, he still does much better than Cuomo, Sliwa, or Adams. Cuomo is at minus 20 net. Sliwa's at minus 18 net. Where's Adams? Minus 41 net. Ha! Incredible. You think those are centrist Dem holdouts? I mean, to be fair, dude, like the entire national Republican establishment has been attacking Mamdani for about a month and a half now, whereas the national Democrats have been offering begrudging congratulations and pseudo endorsements to his win. 70-30 no. Oh, did I say 60-40? Sorry, that would only be up 20. Yeah, 70-30. Guess I can't do math. It's hilarious that Adams is plus 22 with Republicans. Well, he has gone on Fox 5 quite a bit to talk about how based and red-pilled it is that Trump keeps sending ICE in New York City. Donald Trump is minus 45 with the city. What do you think is the most important issue for a candidate running for mayor of New York City to focus on? Crime and public safety is number 1, then economy, jobs, and inflation, and then housing. They're all kind of like tied at the top. Jeffrey still thinks that Mamdani supports globalizing the Intifada. Well, he doesn't think that. He's told to say that. If he actually, like, he doesn't actually think it because he's factually wrong. Like, it's like he's lying.